Hello and welcome back to another in-depth weather video. Today we are going to be talking about the next snowstorm, which could be Winter Storm John. So right now we are currently dealing with Winter Storm Ivy. This storm system is moving out throughout the day today, and we're looking ahead to a major ice storm, Winter Storm John possibly. So let's move on here. But first, if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell. But we do have some winter weather alerts here in terms of multiple winter storm watches and a few winter weather advisories. Now, in terms of the radar, this is Ivy right now. You can see that we have a large area of snow, including some major cities such as Milwaukee and Chicago, as well as Detroit. We did get probably about a foot of snow in some spots over here. That was about what I was thinking. It just happened a little bit more to the west too. Des Moines, Iowa got about like 10 inches of snow, so they got about 7 more than I was thinking. I had Cedar Rapids right, I had Davenport right, had Milwaukee and Chicago right about there. It just all happened a little bit further to the north and west. About the same as I was thinking, just a little bit further to the north and west. Now, in terms of this new system, we have the Nano 3-kilometer model starting to pick this thing up. You can see the low pressure here in Mexico, snow in Mexico as well. And then you start to see this thing starts to get a little bit more powerful here and starts drawing up that Gulf moisture. The low pressure seems to be weakening here as it starts to move toward the north. But you can see powerful thunderstorms along this cold front here. And then you have, of course, the warm front is probably right over here. And north of that, you have freezing rain galore. Very little snow with this system so far. There will be a snow portion of this on that back end, but the main event here is the freezing rain. Now, if we go to the GFS here, the GFS believes that there will be still a significant amount of freezing rain, less snow in fact, but it also thinks that there will be more snow on this back end, but freezing rain on the front end. And that even pushes into some snow, freezing rain, and sleet into Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts. And you could see a significant amount of snow in these areas. I don't know any storms that are similar to this. I would think there would be Winter Storm Scott from one of these past couple years, where the primary event is going to be rain, but you could pick up a few inches of snow from it. The back end here, this is very similar to kind of like Winter Storm Sadie, just a very thin strip of snow, and that moves out into Canada here, and Maine could see a pretty decent amount of snow like they always do in northern Maine. Now, the even more interesting thing about this is that you're going to have this cold air kind of getting locked into place, and then the low pressure forms on the back end of this storm system. Now, that storm could end up producing some snow, just depending on where it is. The European model thinks that we could see same type of event here, a lot of freezing rain, kind of very close to the NAM right now. Has it moving into the northeast, very minimal snow in parts of Massachusetts, mostly in the very northern parts of the northeast. And the back end kind of weakens out as you get toward the north. Then it has this low pressure forming right along the coastline here, bringing some snow and sleet to areas like Connecticut, New York, Pennsylvania, and then it moves into areas like Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, even into Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, bringing some decent snow, sets up right along the coast here, if it didn't do this, you would have a very similar route that Winter Storm Grayson took, kind of right off the coastline, and it delivered some pretty decent snowfall. But right now, if we go over here, you see, let's go to snow depths or total positive snow depth changes from all of these. There we go. Okay, and then let's go to the end of each of these model runs here. So the NAM thinks that some of these areas could see 6 to 12 inches of snow from the storm system. This is just starting to load in the storm system. If we go to the NAM 12-kilometer model, you can see a large area. This is also from the rest of Ivy, but a decent swath here of 6 to 12 inches from the storm system. Just very small, very slim. Now the GFS shows in total pretty decent amount of snow here, more 6 to 12 further to the north. So Texas, Oklahoma, not really getting much. Once you get into Kansas and you get that thin strip of 6 to 12. European, on the other hand, has a decent amount of snow in all these places, really. And I think it has this strip almost all the way to Mexico. Yep. And then it also brings it into the Northeast. The Northeast could get a foot plus of snow as well. Possibly. But definitely a few systems that we gotta watch here. Another thing is, both the NAM and the GFS do ice. Over an inch of ice possible here in Texas, in Iowa, in New York. Even areas that barely get any ice, like Connecticut, could see a quarter of an inch of ice. Definitely a lot of things to consider with this next storm. We go to the GFS. GFS thinks that you could see an inch of ice in Missouri, but mostly kind of above that quarter of an inch to a half an inch of ice in a lot of these spots. So yeah, ice is definitely going to be the big deal, and ice will probably be why this storm gets named, because there's going to be a lot of ice. But that's all the information I have for now. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.